Hey, what's up? I just want to ask for all the people that know me personally or have talked to me personally at least one time to just share this video here on LinkedIn. This would really help me, guys, a lot. I want this video to reach as much people as possible, so I'm hoping you guys could help me with that. So thank you. So let me just introduce myself. Well, my name is Vinicius, and I know this sounds a little weird because that's not how you guys pronounce my name. But since I speak English, I like to pretend that I am a native speaker from America or something, and that's how they pronounce my name over there. So I'm just gonna stick with it. So now I am currently working as an intern, and for those of you who don't know me, I have managed to learn English all by myself using both my laptop and my phone. And today's video, I am going to be talking about language learning, sharing some tips, and give you guys advice on that matter. So without further ado, let's begin. So the first principle / tip that I want to talk about, and the reason why it is the first one, it's because it's the most important one. It's this principle called the input hypothesis. It comes from this linguist called Stephen Krashen. Sorry for switching back and forth where I am looking at. I just don't want to look at the same direction all the time. So sorry for that. But what this hypothesis means in a nutshell is that don't get concerned about speaking right off the bat, but instead try to understand pretty much you listen to and read, And the reason why I advocate for that, hypothesis is because I am a proof of that, I have learned English using this principle, before I open my mouth to speak anything, try to say words and stuff, or to try to engage in any conversation. I could understand pretty much. I would listen to podcasts and stuff, shows, movies, whatever. And after understanding pretty much, I would listen to. I could speak, and basically my speech came from understanding pretty much. I would listen to. And another person that this has happened to him was this guy. His name is Matt. He's from America, also. And he have managed to learn Japanese by himself. His Japanese is very good. He speaks Japanese fluently.
はい、もちろん。マットって言って、今アメリカ人で日本に住んでる外国人です。3年近く日本に住んでて、日本に来る前にアメリカに住んでる時に覚えました。マット VS Japan っていう YouTube チャンネルでずっと日本語の勉強について動画とかをいっぱい作ってきました。
Yeah, he did the same thing, I think it took him 4 years to speak Japanese. During 4 years of his life, he never opened his mouth to say anything in Japanese. And after understanding pretty much, he would listen to animes and stuff. He could speak in Japanese fluently. So yeah, me, Matt, and other people, I'm sure other polyglots around the world, we did the same thing, and it works. Do not try to speak, or do not try to practice speaking if you don't understand pretty much you listen to. It's so much important. And now I am currently learning French, and I have been learning French since January of 2025, so since the beginning of this year. And I cannot understand anything basically. I listen in French. I can understand some things I read in French, but not understand French speech. But since I'm reading it and listening a little bit, I've learned some things. For example, est-ce que tu parles français? Comment tu vas? Ça va bien et toi? Those sort of words and phrases and sentences. So, but the reason why I've learned them is because I listen to them and I read them. That's why I know them. So yeah, the first principle, it is do not get concerned too much about speaking right off the bat, but instead try to understand pretty much, listen to and read. But most importantly, listen to podcasts, listen to watch shows, movies, whatever. and but I mean, try to understand, and then you focus on speaking. But I'll guarantee you guys that your speaking is gonna like come out of like understanding like speech, conversations. But yeah, that's basically like the first tip and principle I just want to like share with you guys. So the first tip that I want to give you guys is this: always listen to content from native speakers only. And the reason why I am giving this tip is because from the very beginning, learning English, like listening to content from native speakers was a real like game changer for me. Like from the very first day, I remember like watching shows and movies like in English with these subtitles on, but I made sure I would like listen to it in English and not like dubbed. And I would only like listen to like English, more specifically from the United States, the accent. So that's my tip. Always listen to content, because I mean, I know there are people that like to listen to like English, or maybe like any other language, like from like people that were not like born in the country. For example, like people that are trying to learn English, and they're like listening to English from people from Brazil, like from Brazilians, and that's not good for you, like for your performance or anything. So my advice is like always listen to content from like directly from native speakers, because like that's the like best like source of like listening and input, because that's how basically like the language like it's like spoken. You got to be ready to understand when a native speakers like speaking. And for those of you who are like looking for something to listen to, like a native speaker like content, there are 2 podcasts that I recommend you guys. The first one, it's called the Joe Rogan Experience. I am going to pull it up on the screen right now.
I love Elon because he's crazy and he lives in a $50,000 house and he has people driving around everywhere. He doesn't own anything, doesn't own any houses, and he's one of the richest men on earth. And then Jeff Bezos, who's balling out of control, who used to be a nerdy dude who drove a tiny Honda. Like there's a video of him from 1999 where he's already worth a couple $1 billion, and he's driving this Honda around. And the interviewer asks him, like, you're worth billions of dollars. Why are you driving this Honda? He goes, this is a perfectly good car.
The second one, actually, it's very, very good. It's actually the best one I recommend to people that are like trying to learn English, because this podcast, it's basically like day-to-day conversations about like going to the mall or traveling, wherever it is. And this podcast like has helped me a lot to learn English and to acquire vocabulary and to actually speak, like it's very, very good.
Yeah. Mother Teresa was racist?
It was also a different time, Aaron.
To kids? Like she preferred certain kids to other kids?
Wait, was Mother Mary just like pumping out kids? I don't know the
Mother
Bible.
Mary? Mother Teresa.
Same thing, right?
No.
Wait, I don't know the Bible. Mother Teresa's not in the Bible. Who's Mother Teresa?
Yo, oh my God.
International Women's
I mean, both of those podcasts, you can get it for free on YouTube. Just look it up, The Joe Rogan Experience, and look it up, Good Influences Podcast, and you guys are gonna find it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So second tip, and this tip, it's so important, and it is: do not study or focus on grammar unless you want to become a teacher. So the reason why I'm giving this tip, it's because so many people, I think the vast majority, I think maybe 90% plus of like people, they like focus on grammar like right off the bat, and they'll get like a textbook and try to learn English like off of it, and like 2-3 years like gets by and they winds up not learning it. And it's not because like they have problems to learn things or because they're not good at it. It's because learning English or any other language from a textbook and try to learn grammar like from the beginning, it's not gonna help you at all. So do not focus on grammar unless, like I said, you're gonna become a teacher and you're gonna teach like grammar rules and stuff. So do not I mean, whatsoever, like focus on grammar. It's not good for you. It's gonna like take you a lot more time than you're supposed to take to learn the language, and it's gonna like put you off like very, very bad. So yeah, that's my advice. So tip number 3, listen to your target language every day. So this is a very straightforward like tip. This is more kind of like a advice than it is a tip. But my advice for you guys is to get one of those like headphones, Bluetooth headphones. Put them on, go for a walk, for a jog, or whatever it is. Maybe going to the mall or traveling or whatever it is, like commuting to work. Just make sure like you're listening to your language every day. You can listen to one of the podcasts that I mentioned earlier, like I think the last tip. So yeah, just make sure you're listening to it every day, or at least 5 times a week. Maybe like 30 minutes a day or 1 hour. But yeah, you just make sure you're listening to it every day. You guys have no idea how good it is for like the language learning process to listen to the language every day. Like I said, like native content only. So yeah, that's the advice. So tip number 5, always pay attention to what polyglots and people who have managed to learn languages by themselves has to say. So I'm giving this tip because you may find yourself, getting advice from a relative of yours or a friend who is an English teacher or whatever like the situation is, and you're getting advice from them. But the people that, the people that like know what they're doing are the polyglots and people that manage to learn languages like by themselves, like online or something. Like without like enrolling on at a English course or a language course, like taking language classes. I mean, those are the people that know what they're doing, like know this stuff, know what to do basically. So if you find yourself, like if you had to choose, for example, between a relative of yours or a friend and a polyglot, for example, like I don't know, Steve Kaufman, like Luca Lampariello or whatever, like those kinds of people. Just stick with like the polyglots or a linguist, for example, because those are the people that know what they're doing. Okay. And the last tip that I want to give you guys is study every day. I know this was like the last one. It is the last one, but it's not like the least important. It should be like the first one because it's so important. Like study every day, or at least 5 times a week. I know that, for people that, like go to college and work and take care of your family, I know it's very, very hard to do all of those things at once. And the least thing you want to do is like learning English. But fortunately, there are some really good like methodologies to learn English without having to like sit down and open up a textbook or something. So, but yeah, that's my advice. Study every day. At least that's what I did. Like back in the day when I was like learning English, I would study every day. Every single day. I didn't like take a break anytime. And now, now I can say I pretty much like learned English. And thanks to like learning every day. That's my advice for today's guys. You guys can reach out to me on LinkedIn. You guys can DM me if you want to. For all my connections, just DM me. Like if you're from Brazil, DM me in Portuguese. If you're from like any other country, DM me in English. Anytime, any hour, any day. I'll like answer you guys. I'll text you guys back. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for listening, especially the people that have been listening so far. So thank you, guys.